Hello everyone, welcome to MBA Karo. So for the past few days, we have been receiving a lot of queries regarding our NMAT Snap course, which is one of the very sought after course by MBA aspirants because you hardly find some content relevant to these examinations. So a lot of students had approached us that when we'll be launching our NMAT Snap course. So finally, like the wait is over and we will be starting the course very soon. So in this video, I'm going to give you the details of the course. What will you get in this course? When are we going to have the classes? What will be the structure of the course? And what all will be included in this course? So if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for great content on MBA preparation. And follow us on social media platforms or Telegram group where you can get a lot of free stuff for exam preparation and doubt solving. So let's talk about the examinations, when these examinations are usually held. So NMAT, the notification will be out somewhere in July. So typically July or August, they release the notification, and application will be till August, from August till October. Okay, and we will have the examination. Like last year, it was November to December. So it started around 5th November and till 20th December. That was the examination window. Typically, it used to be October to December. Last year, they changed it. Typically, it is my mid October to mid December. Maybe they might have changed for 1 year, or you never know that whether it will be again the same as last year. So this was the typical window, mid October to mid December. Okay, and results are declared in January. So if you're starting the preparation for these examinations and if you feel that you do not have enough time, that is not the case. There is sufficient time. If even if it starts in October, you have around 5 months to prepare for the examination, which is a good enough time to prepare for these examinations, even if you are starting from scratch. Okay, so that is the timeline of the examination. And if you talk about the pattern, which is important to know so that you can decide whether you should be going at this examination or not. Okay, because a lot of students think कि CAT बहुत ज़्यादा difficult होता है, so let us try some other examination. So one must know exactly what is tested in these examinations, then only one must target these examinations, right? So if you do not know the syllabus, if you do not know what is asked, and you start preparing and then later you realize that it was a wrong decision, so one must know that whatever is asked in the examination. Okay, so first of all, if we talk about the three sections, so you have language skills. There are 36 questions in it, in which you have RCs, right? You have para jumpers, you have fill in the blanks, prepositions, etc. Okay, uh, uh, they give 28 minutes for the language skill section. Unlike in some exams like CAT, wherein you have fixed time for all sections, here it is not the case. So they give different time for different sections. So depending on the time taken to solve the paper. Now, language skills, they give 28 minutes. Quantitative skills, you have 52 minutes, in which you have data interpretation, right? You have data sufficiency, and you have those word problems. Okay, so data interpretation consists of around 8 to 12 questions. Then there is data sufficiency, and then word problems on want. Now in quantitative skills, there is no geometry. I will create a separate video on detailed syllabus in which I will cover all the topics that are asked in NMAT and what you should be prepared for. If we talk about the logical reasoning section, it has 36 questions, and it is like almost half critical reasoning and analytical reasoning, right? So approximately half of it is critical reasoning, which is very important. Okay, so if you are weak at critical reasoning or have not prepared it, then you will struggle in this section. So you need to prepare this thoroughly. Now it is 40 minutes section. Now, one must know that the ones who have not appeared on this examination, in which you can choose the order of sections. Okay, now this gives you a benefit that you can start with your strong section first. So that is the only examination that lets you choose the order of section. There is no negative marking, and there is another thing with it, that is a question should be viewed only once. So you can, there is only the next button, there is no previous button. So you have no choice to but attempt a question. So all questions are mandatory to be attempted in this paper. So I'll create a detailed video on what is adaptive marking system to understand the examination pattern better. Now, if we talk about that why you should be taking NMAT, the reasons why you should be targeting NMAT, it is conducted in multiple slots, so you have an advantage, right? So you can take whenever you are ready. Let us say you can take before CAT also. Okay, so CAT will be typically I think 20th or 30th of November. The dates are yet to be disclosed, and you can take before CAT or you can take after also. So you have the choice. Like if you are well prepared, you can take it early. If you are not prepared, you can take it late. So that is the advantage it gives you, right? There are 3 attempts allowed, but the thing is, the top colleges that NMMS accepts only first attempt. Only first attempt it accepts. But there are some other institutes like XIMB, right? And then a few more institutes. I think Great Lakes also accept the other attempts also. Then one good thing about this examination is you can choose the order of sections. Now, what is the advantage in this? You might be thinking कि इसका क्या advantage है? Paper तो पूरा attempt करना है. It gives you a psychological advantage. Let us say what happens in CAT is, in CAT you have VRC, then DILR, and then QA. So suppose if a person is weak in VRC, then what happens is, like they are not able to do well on the section, and as a result they spoil the rest of the paper. They get nervous, and anxiety uh, attacks them during the paper, and they end up like wasting a lot of time on the other sections and get nervous during the paper. But here you have this advantage that you can choose the order of sections, and based on your strength you can attempt the test. There is no negative marking. Okay, so you can freely attempt the questions, but yes, there is adaptive marking, which is the algorithm is not known. However, one good thing is you do not have to worry whether a question is wrong or not. You can move on and attempt the next question and see that, like try to maximize your accuracy in that. And it is moderate difficulty level. Unlike CAT, which has very difficult problems, it is not the case. It is slightly lower than CAT. So if you feel कि CAT का level बहुत ज़्यादा है, syllabus भी कम है, right? Like there is no geometry, and there is fewer topics in algebra covered. So in that way, the level is slightly lower than CAT. Okay. Now you can take it as a backup for CAT. What if your CAT does not go well? Okay, so you should be optimistic. You should be uh, trying to ace CAT, but you should have a backup plan also, because you need to be realist, right? And there is no reservation in NMMS, so that gives you an advantage. Like in CAT, what happens is if you're a general engineer male, so you have difficulty in converting based on your academics, etc., which will not be the case here. So that is an added advantage for NMAT. So you should think like if your profile is not that stellar, you can target NMIMS, and that could be your go-to exam. So there are a lot of students who appear for NMIMS as well. Definitely backup for CAT, as well as considering that if you have not a very good profile for IIMs, this could be your go-to college. Then let's talk about the second examination that we will be targeting through this course, which is SNAP. The examination is held in December, first, second, or third weeks of December. So there are three tests of SNAP: SNAP 1, SNAP 2, SNAP 3. So usually the dates were like 7, 15, 20, like this. You have first. So every week you will have one of the tests. Now, the notification will be out around somewhere around in August. Applications will go until November. This was the fee per test, and 3 examinations. And in SNAP, what happens is they accept the best of the 3 scores. Now, if you talk about the pattern of the examination, it has 3 sections. One is general English. Although they mention the word reading comprehension, but for the past few years there are no reading comprehension in the test. Your verbal reasoning, verbal ability, that is 15 questions. Analytical and logical reasoning, 25 questions. And QADI, 20 questions. So 60 questions in 60 minutes. Okay, there is no sectional timing, right? So there is 60 minutes, and there is a negative marking also, 0.25 for every wrong answer. So 1 minus 0.25. Okay, so that is the negative marking for snap. Now the thing is, like if a candidate appears for more than one test, the higher score will be considered for the final percentile calculation. So it is the best of three scores, so or best of two. So whichever score is the highest, that will be considered for your percentile calculation. Okay, so that is the thing. So best score is considered. Now that's a gamble, right? There is no normalization. So that is a negative point for this examination because the difficulty level is not the same across the slots. Okay. Now let's talk about why to take Snap. What should be the reason that you should be appearing on Snap, right? So first of all, there are three chances given. So let us say if your one day does not go well, you have two more attempts, right, to boost your score. Of course, like you will have to shed money on filling the forms, but you have three chances. Suppose cat does not go well, you do not have a second chance. आप दोबारा cat नहीं दे सकते हो. But snap में तीन chances मिलते हैं. एक अच्छा नहीं गया, maybe you can do outstanding in the other two or one of the any one of the three. Okay, so that is a advantage of this examination. There are multiple institutes of Symbiosis University, SIBM, SCM, HRD, right? So these are the top tier 1 institutes. There are some tier 2 institutes also. There is lesser emphasis on profile as compared to IIMs. So again, that is one thing that you could seek out to. And backup for CAT. Of course, this time you may not realize. अभी आपको लग रहा है कि सब आप CAT की प्रिपरेशन करते हो. But जैसे ही CAT ओवर होता है आपको लगता है कि अरे मैंने कोई और एग्जाम्स की भी तैयारी कर लेनी थी. Okay, so you should be prepared on all fronts because if you like interact with people, lot of people who get very good scores, पहले तो गारंटी नहीं कि आपका बहुत अच्छा स्कोर आएगा. ठीक है, I mean, of course, you should not be pessimistic, but you have to be realistic that a lot of people appear on CAT. You never know that if one exam spoils, right? You should have some backup also, so that at least like if you do not make it to the IIMs, you can make it to SIBM Pune or SCM HRD, so that you can do MBA from a decent college. Especially the ones who are repeaters, they know this thing, but freshers, they are in some sort of delusion that they will just target CAT and crack it. So you need to be realistic in your approach. And it is moderate difficulty level. Again, that does not mean the exam is easy. Some people say that it is one of the easiest exams. No, because it's a speed based examination. Okay, so that is one thing you need to be uh, knowing about. And it is good for people strong at quant and reasoning. Now why is this an advantage is, like in CAD you have verbal ability. A lot of people get stuck in verbal ability. Okay, so that becomes a challenge for some people. Now in this case, if someone is good with quant and reasoning, so that is an advantage because there are 20 questions of quant and 25 of reasoning. So 45 out of 60 questions are on quant and reasoning. There is no sectional cutoff also. That is another advantage of this exam. There is no sectional cutoff. अब इससे फायदा क्या होता है कि some people, let us say a person scoring 18 in quant, 23 in reasoning, and just maybe let's say 6 in verbal, okay, gets a score of let's say 47, right? And say let's say the cutoff was 44 or 45. So like if a person is weak at verbal, right, can do decent in the other two sections and ace the examination, which is not the case in CAT. So in CAT, you have to clear all sectionals. Even in NMAT, you have to clear sectional cutoffs. But in SNAP, there is no sectional cutoff. So that is an advantage. And if you are good with quant and reasoning, then you have an advantage in this exam. If your speed is good, of course, आपकी quant और reasoning में speed बहुत अच्छी होनी चाहिए, because it's a speed based examination, 60-minute and 60 questions. See, nothing is easy, okay, but you need to understand the pros and cons of each of the examinations. So these are the pros of this examination. Now if you talk about this course, right, this is a special course targeting only these examinations. This will cover, of course, like if you prepare for it, there were some students last year who enrolled in our CAT, the NMAT and SNAP course, and even ended up cracking CAT. So that will definitely prepare you for CAT also, because many of the topics will be common, but it is specifically targeting NMAT and SNAP. So we will be covering all the topics that are asked in NMAT and SNAP. So be mindful that we will not be covering topics that are not asked in these exams, right? So it will be focusing on these. So we will cover each and every topic which is specific to these examinations. The live classes will start from 2nd June. We have uploaded some recordings, like some preparatory videos, plus our practice sheets. So the live classes will start on 2nd of June. So the price for this course is going to be 12,000. Okay, and I'll tell you what all is included in this. And till 31st May, the price is, there is an early bird price which is of 10,000. So it is applicable till 31st May. On 1st of June, the price will increase. Okay, so the price is 12,000 for this course. For now, we are offering for 10,000. That is early enrollment, and over 50 students have already enrolled in it. So you can uh, check out the link given in the description to enroll in the course. Now I'll tell you the details about this course. So it will have live classes, right? So live classes Monday to Friday, and the timing will be 5 to 7 p.m. Typically we'll keep it. Sometimes we may keep on weekend also, depending on if we wish to fill, like if we have some extra uh, uh, like topic to cover, or like if we wish to sell, like complete a particular topic, right? But typically it will be Monday to Friday. But and also, in case you miss the class, the recordings will be available till the course validity. Okay, so course is valid till 31st Jan 26, right? So the recordings will be available till then. So in case you cannot uh, attend the live classes, you can watch the recordings even if you enroll late. So in case you miss the classes, you will be able to watch the recordings. It will have practice sheets of all topics. Now that is an advantage, right? You study in the class, you get practice questions, so solve them. And we have a doubt resolution group also, in which the mentors will uh, like uh, help with your doubts. So let's say if you have doubts in the class, or even in the class you can ask the doubts, and if you have doubts in the practice sheets, etc., so you can ask your doubts from us directly. So we have a Telegram group, WhatsApp group for enrolled students, wherein you can post your doubts and we respond to the doubts. Exam specific topics. Now exam specific topics, this is one thing which people often miss out on. They prepare for CAT, and there are some general topics which people think that okay, they will prepare, but there are some specific topics. Like for example, if you are preparing for CAT, you might not have prepared data sufficiency, and there are 4 questions on data sufficiency, like in NMAT. Similarly, there are questions on prepositions, okay, which you will not have prepared while preparing for CAT. Similarly, you have vocab based questions, okay, both in NMAT and SNAP, idioms and phrases, syllogisms, clocks and calendars. So the list goes on. There are several topics across each of the sections which are not covered under CAT. So we will be covering all these topics in this course, okay. Then you will get 15 NMAT marks on the latest pattern and interface. I told you that like there is no back button in this. So we have similar interface of NMAT examination, in which you can choose the order of sections and then navigate in the same pattern that is in the actual examination. Now these are available separately as well. So you get this for 1500. There are 20 snap mocks which are worth 1000 rupees. So you can separately purchase these things also from us. Let's say if you do not wish to enroll in our course but just want the mocks, so these are available there. There is English grammar practice course which is offered for just 500. What is the advantage of this is, in this you have grammar rules, and if you see the past year papers, you will find that most of the questions are from these grammar rules. So there are error spotting questions in NMAT, 5 to 6 questions. All of them are from these rules. Okay, then you have vocab powerhouse, in which like synonyms, antonyms, etc. are given, and it has some practice tests also, and idioms and phrases. So all this is included in this. And critical reasoning course, which is of 1000 rupees, in which you have 25 tests of 20 questions each. So 500 questions of critical reasoning. And as I told you that in NMAT, there are around 16 to 18 questions of critical reasoning. So that is going to be the course offering, and medium of instruction is going to be English. A lot of students ask that whether it is bilingual or not. So clearly stating that it is going to be in English. The reason is we have students from all over India, right? There are a lot of students from non-Hindi speaking states as well. So we do not want that they have difficulty in understanding the language. And secondly, you're targeting an MBA entrance exam, right? So you are expected to have basic level of English. So it is going to be strictly in English, and uh, it will cover all the topics uh, in the classes, and will have exam specific topics, and we anticipate to cover the syllabus by October end, right? So October mid, or by October end, we will cover the entire syllabus. Okay, so you will have enough time for revision as well. So this is about the course offering. Now, a lot of students ask that why should we enroll in MBA Karo? So, a lot of students who are new to us, right? So, like if you're watching this channel for the very first time, so probably you might have a query that why should we enroll with MBA Karo? Okay, so just to give you feedback, the kind of response we get from our students, right? So, first of all, we will provide you exhaustive material for examinations. So, that will be sufficient to prepare, right? Of course, it is your duty to prepare. Unless you prepare for the exam well, it is not going to help you. It will be highly relevant content. As I said that the kind of questions that you get in our mocks, and uh, like the practice material, that will be helping you, and you will find similar questions in the examinations. So we will have updated mocks on the latest pattern which was asked in 2024. Okay, so based on that pattern and level, we will have questions on NMAT and SNAP, doubt resolution and personal mentorship. So you can reach out to us. Like if you are enrolled in our course, you can ask your doubts, right? Whether it is preparation related doubt, if you have difficulty understanding a topic, etc. And last year itself, we had 100 plus selections in NMIMS, SIBM, SCM, HRD, etc. So we have had stellar results also. So there are some of the feedbacks from the students, and some students said that there were 2 3 questions directly from this video. Okay, this was one of our YouTube videos, and uh, like our mocks were exactly like today's paper. So students have reported that they found our mocks very relevant, and a lot of people scoring 255, 273, uh, like some person saying that 246 while learning from us in just 1 week. Of course, that person must have had strong base, right? And a lot of people have scored great from it, right? So NMAT crash course converting NMMS Mumbai, so that will be the advantage of enrolling in our course. The kind of content that we provide, which is unmatchable, you will not find that relevant content elsewhere. Okay, so these were some feedback from our enrolled students, and they say that the questions in our practice sheets are similar to the ones in the examinations. Okay, and they appreciate our teachers, and a lot of students have scored well. And as we say that we do not have any fluffy stuff, it is just towards studies and vision of clearing the, so we are very strict with academics. So our purpose is to give you the best academic content for all examinations. So a lot of people have benefited from our course in the past, and there are a lot of people who regret also. So just in case you are watching this video, please share it with someone who is preparing for these examinations. Like a lot of people who said that they were part of some other institutes, and they found that even uh, just in our YouTube videos, they found valuable content rather than the paid content of others. So before you enroll in some other institute, just check out our course, right? And a lot of people regret that they enrolled in some other course, and later regret. So you should not be the one who would be regretting and getting great score in these examinations. So if you want the syllabus of these, I'll create a separate video on the syllabus, detailed syllabus of all these examinations. So comment syllabus in this video, and I will be creating the video soon covering the syllabus of these examinations, so that you know that what you need to prepare for these exams. So this was an announcement that we are going to launch our much awaited course, right? A lot of students have been waiting for this course, and they were contacting us since long, some even 2 3 months back. We started getting queries. So finally, we are going to launch this course, and the classes will start from 2nd of June. So you can enroll in the course by checking the link given in the description of this video. So see you soon in the classes, and hope that you are in our next batch of converts. Next year you would be sitting in NMAMS, SIBM, and who knows, like even if you studied uh, for NMAT and SNAP, and let's say you did not prepare along with us for CAT, but still end up scoring well on CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. So the season has begun, right? Although the examinations are far off, but the early start always give you an advantage. अभी से preparation start कर दोगे और consistently preparation करोगे with us who provide quality content for all examinations, you are bound to do well on your examinations. So wish you all the best. Let's hope that you prepare well for these examinations and get into your dream B school next year.